Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and I guarantee you that I'm not AI. In the whole wide world of YouTube and all other video content platforms, this is genuine. I'm a real person. Hello. We're doing another episode of Brews with Mr. Randy. Today we're going to be talking about the Dragon's Milk, and this is a bourbon barrel aged stout. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. Always good stuff here. Always good times to be had. All my returning viewers can tell you that is absolutely an understatement. So, let's go ahead and let's get this thing cracked open. Awesome. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pour this, and then we're going to get on with it. There we go. And there we go. Well, we let that sit for just a moment. We're going to take a look at this bottle. There you go. Draconis. The legendary Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. Go ahead and get that out of the way. There it is. The price, $4.49 before tax. Dragon's Milk, 11% alcohol by volume. It's a New Holland product. So we'll just go ahead and put that in there. Brewed and bottled, New Holland Brewing Limited, Holland, Michigan, USA. There you go. Can't put any of that government. Yeah, we'll just put it right over all that government crap right there. There you have it. Oh, wait, there's a little something, something. Bourbon Barrel Aged. All right, so let's get some information on this, shall we? So, Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Stout. Roasted malt is the base for this brew. And it is rested for 3 months in ex-bourbon barrels. No information on which barrels, which bourbon, which distillery, or whatnot. It just straight up says bourbon barrels. Probably meaning that they just get whatever they can get. And this is an Imperial Stout. New Holland Brewing Company. Started off in 1997. Again, you saw the price is about a little over $5. This is well over $5 in most other places I've looked it up. 11% ABV. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Go ahead and take a look at that. That is pretty dark. That's pretty dark. Let's go ahead and get on the nose. Okay. It's a very light nose. I can pick up a little bit of coffee. Not a whole lot of chocolate, vanilla, or oak. Let me see if I can get anything out of the bottle. Okay, the bottle is giving me more chocolate. Chocolate and vanilla. That's what I'm getting out of the bottle. There's not a whole lot of, nothing really coming off of the actual glass pour. I mean, you kind of get that it's a stout. I'm like, my nose is almost touching it. And I'm barely getting anything. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and pass on that and go right to the palate. First of all, I'm going to tell you, that's a very nice Imperial Stout. That part is well done. I guess there's a little bit of a very light coffee, very light chocolate. I think I'm trying to run past that. And I'm trying to get to that vanilla oak, that like bourbon barrel. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. Not too much of the oak. We're going to get one more on here. Let's see. It's got a relatively nice aftertaste. If you've never had a stout, I don't know if I can really explain it, but it's very like rich, and the malts. They did say that this was roasted malt, which really helps bring out a lot of that deep, rich flavor. I also enjoyed the same type of characteristics in my coffee. I like that dark roast. Not that really dark roast, but like a medium dark roast. I still like a little bit of that medium, but more towards the dark. I do love a Sumatra. So yeah, there's that like that deep, mellow richness. There's that lighter end, which I'm starting to contribute a little bit more to the chocolate coffee. But as a coffee connoisseur, I'm not picking up a whole lot of coffee. I'm wondering where the coffee's coming from. I think that might be just a characteristic that people like to throw in there because they don't really know how to nail it down. Now, a lot of these characteristics and opinions that I'm getting are spread across the webs, like, you know, bad peanut butter over softest as the softest of bread. It's really just tearing everything up, and it's not making a whole lot of sense. But I guess I could see where people sort of lean into that. Oh, there's some coffee notes. I don't think so. Chocolate, I'm definitely getting some chocolate notes. More on the palate. Now that there's more room in the glass, let me see if it just sort of cultivates a little bit. Let me see if I can get in there really deep. Breathe it into my nose. It's in the glass and out my mouth, which is outside the glass. Still not getting any coffee. A little bit of chocolate and maybe some vanilla. I don't think I can really pick out any oak, but that is nice and rich. That is really nice and rich. That's a pretty good stout. But I'm going to have to say, my score on this, it's a $5 bottle. It's a little over $5. It is 11%, which I mean is roughly in the range of a decent stout. I haven't been into beer in quite a few years. I got really big into beers and brews and whatnot, especially imports. A little more than a decade or so ago, but now I'm reminded why I did. These are very beautiful brews. This one isn't American. This is done in America, but I do believe it might be a foreign recipe they got it from. My score is going to be... A few things are pulling it down, but I'm going to have to say a few things really do push it up. It is a nice stout, so I'm going to give it a weak 4 out of 5. That's a pretty good one. There are quite a few that are going to knock this one out the park and leave it lying in the dirt. But it's pretty good. I saw this and had to pick it up. Didn't see anything about it beforehand. Just grabbed it while I was in the store. I said, hey, that looks cool. It's a bourbon barrel aged stout. Gotta try that. And it's 11%, so yeah, I mean, it can't be horrible, and it's not. It's actually pretty good. A weak 4 out of 5. My fair price, good Lord, $5 for this bottle is going to keep a lot of people away from trying it, or at least drinking it often. My fair price, like I said, I'm not even going to touch that one. Would I buy this again? It's going to be a flat out no. Not because it's not good. It is good. I like it. I just don't think $5 for this bottle is going to go very far. Especially when you have the rest of the world out there. There's so many others out there to try. I'm not going to go back to this one probably anytime soon. Unless it was like on a really steep sale. Like a really steep sale. $2.50 a bottle maybe? Maybe I'd go for $2.50 a bottle. Like on some kind of serious discounted sale, maybe. But let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. That's a good one. You should try it. Have a good one.